this team's learning, and I was proud of our resilience today. We haven't always shown that, and they make a run, and we're able to kind of weather that storm, come back. JMU, who had a rough day shooting the ball, comes through clutch for us, and then Chloe Sterling makes just enough to give us that lead, and then we end up with a stop. So, to me, that's growth, a lot of growth from our Liberty performance, and I think this team is just – it's going to take a second, and I've been saying that, but there's growth there. Going down the stretch and figuring out who's going to make the play, how we can share the ball, how we can come up with a tough stop, et cetera. So I'm just proud of the effort today, and I was glad we were able to beat another ACC team.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think on Friday you said you got to figure out how to win a game like that 55-53.
Correct.
And so what did you do today that was different that it allowed you to win a game where you still didn't shoot a great percentage?
No, we didn't. Almost, to me, felt very identical to the Liberty game. What happened was we didn't have a little pity party, right? And it wasn't nothing affected our defensive effort. Nothing affected our rebound effort, our effort in general, right? And so that's what happened. That's what we showed after the Liberty game was like, why are you acting like this in the fourth, right? You're acting like this because the score has now changed your effort. Your shooting percentage has changed your effort. Your whatever, right? Whatever has done it, maybe fatigue has changed your level of effort. Nothing can change your effort. And once this team understands that the defensive end can keep you in games when you shoot 35%, right? I mean, you look at it, right? Our best three scorers go 9 for 33. Right, and we win a game against an ACC team like that. That's growth to me because you understand the defensive end, you understand the rebound effort, and the rebounding wasn't perfect. I still think we're plus 10 over them. I think we've got size on them. I think we're maybe as athletic, if not more athletic. They did a good job battling with us, but we still won a battle. But that's to your point, Shane. You didn't let the air out of the balloon.
You talked about Jamia, who didn't have the best game scoring-wise, but she was second in rebounds. Can you just talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, growth from her, right? And so I thought she was just early. I thought, I don't know, overly aggressive. It was just a little bit different. It wasn't letting her come. She didn't let the game come to her. And what's changed about her is that there's other parts of the game, and she understands those other parts of the game. And that group, right, Steph, Jamia, Peyton, and Anna, they're really growing into a little like mature leaders, right? And she understands. And I had to get her a couple times today. She had a couple palms up moments today, right, where it's no, come sit and relax and center yourself and be a leader for our team. And so, there's going to be days. I'll never forget. We're in the championship game a couple years ago. Precious Hall was 1 for 20 in the championship game, was the reigning player of the year, and went and got a huge offensive rebound down the stretch of a game, right? And that's what winners do. It's that, I'm going to still shoot my shot with confidence. Might not go in. That's the most uncontrollable part of basketball. But what else can I do for my team? And Jamia coming up with 7 big rebounds and being into it, not hanging her head at all, and coming up with that big bucket late too, says a lot. And so I was glad to see her do other things than just score the ball.
With 35 seconds left and tie game, you have a timeout. What do you tell your team to focus on in those last 35 seconds?
Well, at that point in time, I think it was our ball, right? So you're talking about execution. And it didn't work out exactly how I wanted it to. But, at one point in time, I said, look, man, players make plays. And I can draw up a beautiful play right here, but, it might not work because somebody falls down or whatever. You got to take it on the chin. I almost called another timeout, but Chloe forced some contact and got to the free throw line, which was great. But, no, mainly what I try to tell them in a moment like that is that, you got this. Handle this. And so, you guys know what you're doing. You've been playing basketball your whole life. Just be confident. Whatever it is you're doing, be confident with it.
Just going into halftime being down 1, just what were some of the things you said to the team to help motivate them going into the third quarter?
The first was shoot it with confidence and keep shooting it. I really liked the shots we were getting, and I really like everything Susha was shooting. Excuse me, everything Peyton was shooting. I was like, yeah, that's a good shot, Jamia. We said in the post, which was clearly a focus for us, they did a good job, like, and I'm not saying it was a foul. It was like they were touching us without fouling us. So it was like little nudges and little taking up spaces. And so Wake did a good job with that. And I just told him we had to power through that stuff. And so, I thought we played. We missed shots in the first half and still were down 1. So I was encouraged to where we were and what the end result was going to be.
I don't remember Peyton posting up or playing with the back to her basket much before this year. She seems to be doing it more. Are you noticing like people are trying to guard her with smaller guards, or you just want to get her something where she can see the ball go through the hoop? Or
yeah, she's not going to be like an off the dribble driver type, So how are we going to get her an easy basket, right? She's got a great ability. If you don't double her, I think it's a bucket. And so you're noticing it correctly, but it's definitely a focus for us because it's like, how you going to guard her, right? You got to put a guard on her because she's running off all these screens, and if you put a guard on her, now we should be able to post her up some. I just think being in the post in general with our team is a strength, right? So Susha, Anna, Peyton, Shanti, even Steph can post some. Micaiah, who I didn't use much today. I just think it's a way for us to try to get her easier baskets. And again, like, I don't know what team is going to have to face this, but she's going to erupt at some point in time. And I don't know when it's coming, and we all know it's coming. But you're not going to see many more 1-for-8s from Peyton from 3. So like, I feel sorry. I hope it's not William. It could be William and Mary. She's going to erupt on somebody because she's a way better shooter than her numbers are proven to this point. But to your point about the post up, yeah, I'm just trying to get her easier baskets sometimes, and us easier baskets. Sometimes we need that.
Coach, you always talk about Chloe scratching and clawing.
Pitbull.
Today, her shot selection was ideal and clutch.
Clutch is a great word for it.
Talk about it. Yeah,
I just she's not scared. She's not scared of anything, and that's part of the Pitbull thing, right? And I'm getting more comfortable with her, like late clock ball screen stuff. She's getting more comfortable with that responsibility. And I thought every shot that she put up today, I was like, that's going in. And so that's usually my evaluation with their shots, right? It's like, I've seen you take that shot before. Your feet are set. The ball looks good. Even if it doesn't go in, I'm like, that's a good one right there. And so I just felt like she had that attitude today. And her and Steph both, I thought, when they started making 1 or 2, it was like, okay. And it just, I thought it just bred confidence with her. So, the Pitbull got to show today.
You mentioned Steph. She's always somebody you mention putting in the hard work and making the small plays that don't always end up on the stat sheet, but tonight she did.
Yeah, and I thought she was outstanding. And this is like a line, 14-9, 5 of 11, 2 for 5. That's a line that I would envision, when it's July. That's what I would envision from Steph. And not to say, again, I don't even think she's playing poorly, right? We talk about it a lot as a staff. She does a lot for us. Passes the ball a lot. Feeds Susha, feeds Peyton, right? We got Susha, Peyton, and Jamia are those scorers for us, right? Typically, and so she does a lot. She's sacrificed a lot for us, and I thought she was awesome today. When we're running a play for her late, I think she missed it, but she shot it with so much confidence. It was like, yeah, let's keep this going. I like this. Confidence is a funny thing, man, and I just think she got going early, and she played with a great amount of confidence today. I liked every shot she took.
Speaking of shots that you liked that they took, you took a lot. And there was, we'll just say, some struggling down in the paint a little bit today. Not to rub Liberty in your face, but 22 offensive rebounds, 0 second chance points.
Yep.
Today you had 12 offensive rebounds with 2 baskets off of that. How can you clean it up down there?
Well, we got to fish through contact, and I don't think, to me, we're not missing open layups, right? And again, P gets hit again on a shot underneath, and they get no call. And maybe I got to teach our kids to flop more, flare more, because no, I don't teach them that. I teach them to be stronger. So I just think we got to go through the contact. There was a lot of contact down there, but again, like I said, it wasn't. I don't think the rest did a bad job. It wasn't. They weren't getting hammered. It was just enough with a body here, and it's affects your concentration. It's just concentration and confidence, and I really am not worried about it. I know that the two stats would make you, but I'm really not. I've seen us do it, so for me, it's a matter of just focus and finishing. But it's kind of like today we go 7 for 14 from the free throw line. I'm not gonna be like, we got to shoot 500 free. That's just you guys know how to do. You do it with confidence, and you'll move on from it. But both of those teams, Liberty was different. Liberty was bigger, right? So you got 6'6" running around, and I think, are you looking over your shoulder a little bit with that? Today wasn't 6'6", but they did a really good job with their bodies, right? And not with their hands, but with their bodies, just affecting your jump and the feel for jumping up and down, I think.
Last question for me, Coach. You got the Tribe coming in this week, a school that obviously you've faced many times before, but under new leadership. Yeah. What do you got scouting on them so far?
I haven't. I just pay attention to their scores. They beat the Tar out of Navy, I think, today by 30. So I don't know. I've watched them. Who did they play that we played? Somebody early. Can't remember. But was it? Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, they played somebody, a common opponent, so I watched them, and I think she's doing a really good job getting good kids in there, good players in there. And I don't know enough about their style and anything yet, but they're very different. Last year they had those two shooters, Riley Casey and Sydney Wagner, and they've been a staple at William & Mary for 4 or 5 years, and so they'll be different. But I mean, you beating anybody by 30 that's a Division I school. Yeah, I'm taking you seriously. So I haven't looked at them. I just kind of casually have seen a couple scores. So it's a good one. CAA, baby. Not the Colonial, Shane. The Coastal. CAA.